Hi and welcome to Winners Corner. This Saturday we are spending in the very south of Sweden. Jägersro Racetrack is offering us a V75 round. And with me here in the studio to guide us through the races we have our expert Mr. Michael Loudon. Well prepared as always, and also the races this Saturday holds high quality. And a lot of horses, Mike, they're out on their yearly debut.
Yes, and several of them are real superstars. Campo Bahia and, spring is in the air. And what else is in the air? Well, the Elite Lop is coming up pretty soon, and we'll talk a bit more about that later.
We start off this day in race 5. The first leg in the V75 round, it's a class 2 race with a clear favorite in number 3, Adde SH. He won his last race, which also was his yearly debut, and chances are that he's even better now, or?
I think so, definitely. He was really good, and I'm really scared of this one. I also heard that Peter Untersteiner is putting pull-out earplugs on for the first time and an American bike. So there's a lot of positive things about the favorite here, and he might be very tricky to beat. But I've got a real outsider that I'm so excited about that I just have to go all in on him. Number 7, Showtime Jack Flower. Horse I really like, on his way up, improving with every race. Last time at Solvalla, the horse showed pretty good gate speed there. I feel quite confident. I think they're going to put an American bike on this horse this time. He's got a post on the far outside here, but he's got enough gate speed that I think that Jeppson is going to try for the lead. With the form the horse showed last time, I think he's definitely got a good chance to win this, especially if he makes it to the lead and can park the favorite on the outside. Then we really got a solid bet here. And this one is completely overlooked at the moment, so we're looking at high odds.
So a win bet here in race 5 that might give us a flying start if he wins this race 5. Number 7, Showtime Jack Flower. We turn the page to race 6, V75 2, and Mike, you're really sticking out your neck here today. I mean, this is the Derby Trial race that holds the biggest favorite of the day in fabulous number 4, Campo Bahia. But you think that we have reasons to doubt him winning this race. Please explain this one.
Well, it's for the simple fact that we've seen it several times before. These superstars, they go through winter training without any problems. They get all fired up and they come out on the track. They haven't raced in several months and they're fired up, ready to go, and they go off stride right away behind the gate. So that is the risk that I'm gambling on here. Campo Bahia will win this if he's up to about 70% of his normal standard. But better bet here is number 5, Townsend Broline. This one, second to last time, the horse raced without shoes for the first time and was really, really impressive at Åby. That was back in November. But the way the horse looked without shoes on, just look at that. That's poetry in motion there. They're going to pull the shoes once again this time. He's got a good post here. He's relatively fast behind the gate, and he is the main opponent to Campo Bahia. I'm not saying he'll beat Campo Bahia if that one stays trotting, but if there's anything wrong with him as he comes back to the track, if he's a bit nervous, goes off stride or anything like that, I feel safe that Townsend Broline will win this.
So the second win bet of the day here in race 6 with on horse number 5, Townsend Broline. Race 7 equals V75 3, and this is also the second trial for the Olympia Travets final. Only 7 horses in this race, and number 7, Cyber Lane, was absolutely fabulous throughout the year 2017, and also last year he was quite good, and he hasn't competed now for 6 months. He's coming out here. He's a big favorite. Most people think that he'll win this race. What do you think?
I'm not so sure. I actually doubt it. He's the best horse in the race. He's a fantastic superstar. He is an Elite Lop horse. But the thing is, I think Johan Untersteiner knows that he'll get invited with Cyber Lane if he just shows a bit of form. So he's already sort of half invited to the Elite Lop. The other horses here aren't. They're going to have to fight for a ticket, and they all want to go there. So the other horses are going all in to win this one, while I think Johan Untersteiner is going to take it a little bit easier with Cyber Lane. And there's a big risk he loses this. I'm going to go for number 1, Rajesh Face instead. You know I like that horse. He's a solid performer. He came back to the track from winter training last time and was driven a typical préparé race by Adrian Colgini. He was at the back there, finished nicely behind Racing Mange and the others there, but looked good. And especially what I liked about him was that he looked calm and relaxed. This is a very nervous horse who's gone off stride many times. This time he looked solid. There was no problem. He was never close to galloping. Once again, he's got the worst post for him on the inside here, so he's going to have to do a lot of work on the outside and go around the whole field. But, Rajesh Face, if he's up to his normal standard, he can go around any field more or less. So quite overlooked as well.
A third win bet here of the day in race 7. And number 1, Rajesh Face. Despite not being the favorite, he is the horse that Mike believes the most in. The daily double we have as usual in races 10 and 11. And DD1 is the bronze division race over full distance. Joachim Lövgren trains and drives the favorite number 2, Staro Leonardo. What do you think of that?
He's a good horse. He's also solid with the circular start, but I'm going to go against him here. I think this is a very even field, and the one that I like is number 8, Minnestad's El Paso. That's my first horse in. Kind of a tricky post here, but number 1 is also very fast from the start, and I think that number 8 could follow behind that one in the start and get a good racing position. And the way Minnestad's El Paso looked last time, I just have to go for that one. Came back from winter training and was absolutely spectacular at Sovalla. With 500 meters to go, as she stepped on the gas there, Rebecca Dahlén, the horse looked absolutely unbeatable that day. I think will also improve with that race. So needs a bit of luck, of course, from this post, but, should be the favorite here.
Okay then, banker there on Minnestad's El Paso in DD1. And we move on to DD2, which is an even silver division race. Also this over full distance. What made you conclude that number 5, Olle Rolls, will become the winner here?
I think he should definitely be the favorite, and at the moment it looks like he's not going to be. He is one of the better horses. We remember him from last winter when he was racing so well, and last time he showed increasing form. He was quite good at Halmstad when he came in second. I think he's on his way up. He's on his way back in form once again after having a bit of a slump now for quite a number of months. Good post here, tough enough to do work on the outside, and for me should be a very clear favorite in this race.
And this sums up then to one single combination on the daily double for this Saturday. Now we're going to talk about V75. It's always a lot of prestige here at stake, and Mike, you have put together a nice little V75 system for us. Let's take a look at it. We can see here that you have 2 bankers, and we've talked about both of them. They frame your system here. The banker number 7, Showtime Jack Flower in the first leg, and then number 5, Olle Rolls in the last leg. Anything you want to add about this?
Well, Showtime Jack Flower is, of course, a real gamble. That's a very big outsider there, but good value for money. So I'm going out on a limb here and banking him. But if you can afford it, why not double your system with the favorite as well? But those 2 stick out in that race for me, at least.
In V75-3, that's the trial for the Olympiatravet, you told us that number 1, Rajesh Face, was a good win bet. But here, you also add on the rest of the field. Please explain this.
Yeah, it's mainly that I feel that Cyber Lane is going to be too much of a favorite, so I want to take advantage of that. I think he's not going to be driven all in to win this race. It's not the most important race for him. He's aiming for the Elite Lopp, and I think Johan Untersteiner wants to have his horse in, wants him to improve with this race. So he's not going all in just to win this single race, and that really opens it up. The other horses are all aiming for the Elite Lopp. They're going to go all in, and I think anyone can win it.
We have a couple of races left that we haven't talked about at all, and that is the 4th and the 5th leg. And looking then at V75-4, it's a race for mares, 14 of them, since number 13, Sara Solid, has been scratched. You're solving this with 5 marks, Mike. Who's the most interesting one?
The most interesting one, definitely number 4, Sobel Jasmine. They're pulling the shoes on this one for the first time, according to Peter Untersteiner. And the horse also came back to the track at the end of February, looked spectacular in 14-7. And as long as she handles the kind of tricky post here, it's the circular start. Number 4 is kind of tight when you turn around, but she seems like a solid racehorse. I think she'll get going. After that, I think they will have a hard time catching her without shoes on.
The fifth leg is a test of strength, 3,140 meters, and an even call for being the favorite between number 11 Melby Club and number 12 Norton Commander. Checking out the system, we can see that you do not take a stand for either of them. You take both.
Yeah, those two do stand out. I have a hard time seeing anyone else win this race if those two stay trotting, but they are kind of nervous and go off stride every once in a while. Melby Club is on his way up. It sounds like Nurmos is very happy with his horse. Last time he broke on the final stretch, on the back stretch. I don't know why, and that's always a bit scary, but I'm taking both.
And finally, Mike, we also noticed there that you added on quite a few horses in the sixth leg. Before you said number 8 Ministads El Paso was a good DD banker, but here you add on 5 more horses.
Yes, Ministads El Paso, definitely my first horse in, but needs a bit of luck from this number, of course. Very even race here and a very good race indeed. I'm really looking forward to that bronze division. Several horses on their way up to the elite here.
And this means that we have 840 combinations for the V75 system this Saturday. Thank you, Mike. Thank you out there for watching. And you know, of course, where to find additional information about Swedish trotting and horse betting. That is at our website, swedishhorseracing.com. And with that, we wish you the best of luck now with your bets this Saturday. Bye-bye.